everyone, welcome back to the FPLAF series. My name is Amel and as usual I'm with my co-host Nesko Pandit Andok right there. And so yeah, we are approaching another close deadline to Game Week 14, which is in about 18 hours or so, I guess. And in this video, we are going to discuss our match previews, which include prediction and some player highlights. So yeah, let's start the video.
Crystal Palace against
Okay,
Liverpool. So yeah, what do you think?
okay, so Crystal Palace against Liverpool. I think that yeah, as we all know, Crystal Palace like plays on counter attack usually, but they actually defend pretty well. And by the way, their home four is not too good. And in the last two of their home match, they got a draw and also lost one time. And meanwhile, I guess like as we all know as well, Liverpool has dangerous attacking, and but they can be penetrable with counter attack, I guess. And their away form is also not too good. Like they got two draws from the last two away matches. And for your information, Crystal Palace will be without Benteke because he got a red card from last game week. And I think that Crystal Palace will be missing some key person in attacking. So I guess like they need to depend on Zaha and maybe Eze on this game week, like they're without Benteke. And from Liverpool, I think that they don't have any new concern, like as usual, I guess. And maybe Thiago is also back on training, so I don't think that he will start. But yeah, I think that Salah will still perform in this match. But anyway, I will think that this will end with one win for Liverpool, I guess. How about you?
I'll go with 1-1 win for Crystal Palace actually. Yeah, Crystal Palace home form is really good. So if you
Wait,
want
I
to,
just, I just told you that from the last two home
oh
matches they got a draw and a loss actually.
oh yeah, sorry. I think if the one who can defeat Liverpool is at home is the Crystal Palace. I don't know. Maybe yeah, because I think the one that I look up is the one starts on the West Brom match, and yeah, I don't know. Crystal Palace just love score against big team. Maybe I kind of forget it. Yeah, and I also believe in Liverpool bet. Even though Crystal Palace home form is not really good, I'm really more believe in Liverpool bet form sih at away.
Hmm, yeah.
Somehow, when Liverpool play away, they can make our home team is really good. It's really amazing, like we saw last time with Fulham against Liverpool. Okay, next up we have Southampton against Manchester City. This is interesting, another interesting match. But what do you think?
Okay. So I think that overall Southampton and City is in a good form, but they still concede goals, so not that impenetrable. And Manchester City's away form is not good. And from the last two, they got a draw and also lost two. And I think that I don't know. I think that this will end in a draw actually. Southampton against City. I think that's possible because like Adams and Redmond, they provided good chances from last game week, and I think that Ings maybe perform as well in this game. And meanwhile, KDB also create good chances from last game week, although no one finished that good chances. But I do think that he will still perform in this match. But I don't know. I don't think that I can see any winner from this game. So I will just go with a draw actually, with small draw. How about you?
Yeah. So I think you have already mentioned their form. The stats. Yeah. So Arsenal play. Southampton play Arsenal
Hmm.
on last match, and City play West Brom. Both got draw
Hmm.
actually.
Hmm.
I believe that West Brom defense is just really good with Sam Johnston.
Yep.
But Southampton really like with Arsenal. Yeah, considering duration between each matches, Southampton got this advantage because like I think they will play the almost same team like the one they played
Hmm.
against Arsenal. because they don't have any rotation. Meanwhile, Manchester City can do rotation very very likely. Because one player that will stand out is like Mahrez, because they will Mahrez the up hasn't didn't play against West Brom. It's a tricky one, but I think I will go with a draw too. But I just go with 1-1. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So next up we have Everton against Arsenal. Everton last game played Leicester, won by 2 goals. So Everton form, yeah, not so. I think most of them win, but I think it's even between win and lose. I forgot. Arsenal became Arsenal. Last match Arsenal can score with Nketiah, but
Finally.
I think Arsenal will not play Nketiah again as the starter. Will play Laka, because they will have to do rotation. But I think if they play like they play like in the last match, I don't think Arsenal can keep up with Everton. So I'll go with maybe to nil win for Everton. So about you?
Okay, I'm going the same as yours. So I'm going with a 2-0 win for Everton because as we all can see, Everton is progressing and they are in good form. Two straight wins against big teams and with clean sheet as well. And meanwhile, Arsenal just drew against Southampton and after 3 straight losses as well. So I don't think that they will handle Everton really well. And also Arsenal will be without Gabriel because he got a red card from last match and that like this might affect them defensively, but I don't know. So I just think that I think like the likes of Calvert Lewin and Sigurdsson might be too dangerous for Arsenal. So I think that Everton might win this one 2-0, same as yours.
Next up we have Newcastle against Fulham. Newcastle just got beaten badly with Leeds. I don't really see any big things coming up between Newcastle and Fulham. I don't favor both. Even though Newcastle has Callum Wilson, which in the last match didn't score. Yeah.
Just assist, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
one assist.
Yeah. But I think this one will be Callum Wilson, time to shine against Fulham, against Scott Parker and friends. I just go with 2-1 win for Newcastle. So yeah, what do you think?
So yeah, as you said, Newcastle just conceded 5 against Leeds, and I don't know, like there's a lot of gaps in Newcastle defense, and I think that it's a bit shocking that Darlow conceded 5 goals because he's usually pretty good, and I think that meanwhile Fulham looks okay, I guess, in attacking and defending. Although Fulham actually conceded a goal against Brighton, although the goal was disallowed because of handball. So I think that I don't really know who will win this one, so I will just go with a draw actually, because like Wilson and Fraser may be good in this match, but meanwhile Fulham also got like Lookman, Cavaleiro, and they also pretty good in attacking. So I do think that they will score, and I will think I will go with a 1-1 draw.
Okay. Well noted. Next up we have Brighton against Sheffield United. So Amel, you can start first with this one.
Okay, so Brighton against Sheffield United. I think that both teams actually are pretty struggling right now, and although Sheffield United is more struggling than Brighton, as you can see in the table right now, and although they both play more attacking right now, and I do think that the likes of maybe Welbeck could penetrate that kind of Sheffield defense, and Ramsdale is not looking pretty good right now, so I do think that Brighton will score. But meanwhile, Sheffield scored 2 against Manchester United, which is unexpected as well. So I do think that they will score as well. So I think that I will go with a draw actually, with a 1-all draw.
Okay.
What
Uh,
do you think?
uh, I'll go with Brighton win with 2-1. Yeah.
Hmm.
So Sheffield United got 2 goals because the first
The one
goal
is Henderson, yeah. Henderson's
Anderson
mistake.
mistake, and the second goal actually just I think it was actually set piece, a corner kick set piece. Ball
Hmm.
got in the Lindelof Victor heads, but just the ball just hit McGoldrick, and
Hmm.
it should have been like Dean should have saved that, but he didn't. So yeah, I think the chances for the goals for Sheffield in this morning were very very lucky sih to have. But I think Brighton still this will can penetrate Sheffield defense with I think you already said with Welbeck, I think with Maupay, Lamptey, Gross. So yeah, my prediction is Brighton win with 2-1. So next up we have Spurs against Leicester. This is kind of a big match.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Okay, so Spurs and Leicester actually both lost last game week, but I think that overall they are still in a good form, and I do think that Spurs will want to bounce back, hopefully again against Leicester. But I do think that if Leicester can have a lot of chance from set pieces, it might be dangerous because Spurs keep conceding late goals from set pieces, and I just think that it's a shame because they actually defend really well, but they just seem like to miss, uh, like scoring from set pieces, like from free kick and from corner kick. They keep conceding from those types of goals. So I do think that if Esther got those chances, I think that Madison could be a problem for Spurs. But in other news, Evans is back and Castanya might be back as well. And I do think that, if Perez play, maybe it will be dangerous also for Leicester because, as we can see from the previous game week, the lineup is actually looking threatening, and I don't really expect that they will lose. They lost against Everton, so if they play the similar lineup, I think that they they'll have a shot at this game. But if we look at the stats from previous season, last two meetings, Tottenham at home, they won 3-0 and 3-1 against Leicester. So I do think that maybe Spurs will win this one as well, and they will keep a clean sheet. So I'm going with a 2-0 win for Spurs. What do
Okay.
you think?
Okay. Yeah, I think Leicester away form more is better than Spurs home form. Even Leicester got big win against City on away match. So I do think that this is the chance, but they play against Spurs, which produce the most produce counter attacking team and effective. But Leicester play all. I think Leicester play kind of like that. Don't you think? Like play sometimes really
Yeah.
depends on the counter attack. Like I think the one that noticeable like when they play against what team is it? Wolf. Yeah,
Mm.
it shows that really well. Yeah, Spurs need to bounce back from the loss from the loss that I think most people feels like they don't deserve the loss.
Yes.
Okay. It's hard for me. Okay, I will go with it's just Spurs win with just 1 goal. Considering how powerful, how good Leicester be, but I think Spurs can just penetrate and just do just hold it until the end.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Yeah. Okay. Manchester United against Leeds. We know how bad it is, Manchester United in home form, but we also know that Leeds. I think Leeds didn't produce good form at away, but we
Hmm.
know how
Yes.
Leeds play, which is really interesting for all of us. Um, and also Leeds got big win yesterday against Newcastle with yeah, just how Leeds play see. Um, I think that Cavani will be back for this match, and since Bruno was up earlier on this on last game week, I think we will go as a starter. So the score. This is a tight match, so I just go with 1-0 win for Manchester. Um, yeah, I do believe that this is the one that we need to like just win at home. Yeah. So what do you
Hmm.
think?
Like it's kind of funny that I saw a lot of people kind of predicting that Manchester United will win big in this match, but I don't know. Like as you said before, like Manchester United home form is not that good. Meanwhile, it's away is not that good as well. So I think that they both will struggle with goals in this match, but I don't know. I think that from previous match, what we can see is that Rashford and Martial looks a bit more clinical than Bruno, unexpectedly. And then maybe from Leeds, like a lot of players kind of shine a bit. Ocean Bamford and also Rodrigo maybe. I think that this one is a bit hard to predict, but I will just go with a draw actually, with a 1-1 draw.
Okay. But I think if somehow Manchester lost in this match, I'm not
Mm,
I'm not surprised
yeah.
considering how let's play. Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Okay. Next up we have West Brom against Aston Villa. Uh, so it's considering how this is actually a Big Sam first match again. Yeah,
Mm,
since the sack of the West Brom manager Slaven Bilic. I think we know how Aston Villa play. 27 shots with 7 shots on
mm,
target last match
very good.
against Burnley. Does Aston Villa just unlucky or Burnley is really lucky? I don't know which one. Yeah.
I
Uh, okay.
uh, Pope got 6 saves from that game, so
Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah.
But for this match, I think I'll just go with Aston Villa win by a goal.
Mm, yep.
Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe in the end, if we just go with 0-0, I kind of believe that. What do you think?
I will just go with 1-0 win as well
Mm,
for Aston Villa because like both teams actually looking okay. I guess like, not so bad, not so good. Both also struggling with goals. I don't know why with Aston Villa mostly. I think like maybe West Brom will just concede. I think that Johnson is good, but like overall their players are not that good, I guess. So I think that they will still concede a goal. Like from Aston Villa, I don't know why they just got a lot of players that like from the previous match, as you said that they got a lot of attempts and a lot of shots on target, but I think they're just unlucky at the moment. So I just think that Aston Villa will still win this one, but only by 1 goal as well.
okay. Good enough for me. Last match we have Burnley Wolf, Chelsea West Ham. So Melwick, you can go with Burnley against Wolf first.
Okay, so Burnley and Wolves looks good in recent form, although Burnley is still struggling to get goals. Meanwhile, Burnley better on defense. I think that Wolves are better in attacking, maybe with Neto and Podence. And Maybe Dendonker, but I do think that Dendonker was injured from the last match. So I think that the status is 75% chance of playing. So I don't know that if he will start or not for the next game against Burnley. Meanwhile, I think that, yeah, as we all know, that Burnley is very good at defending, especially with Pope. Maybe the only chance that they got from the last game week is from Wood and also Westwood in attacking option. So I do think that Wolves will still win this one, but only by one goal, I think.
Okay.
Because Burnley is pretty good at defending. So yeah,
Yeah.
how about you?
Uh, yeah, Burnley is so defensive. Sih. I'll go with. I think I'll go with the same. I think it just one chances that it was really unlucky for Burnley to be conceded. See, like Burnley will
Mm.
defend many times. Will go on defense many times, and Wolves just got one chance to like, oh, we can score this, and just bam, goal, and yeah,
Mm.
Wolves win. Okay, next up I think we should before we continue, I think we should note that Wolf can bounce back from you know again against Chelsea. They were conceded first at the 46th minute, and then I think it was Podence first, and then
Yep.
on the 90 plus 5 Neto just you know uh, goes back. Boom. And then Chelsea lost. Okay, and next last one is Chelsea against West Ham. Oh, so you can go. You can go.
Okay. So Chelsea just got back from two straight away losses against Wolves and also Everton. And fun fact from from previous season, last two meetings, West Ham actually won against Chelsea. So it's just a fun fact. And meanwhile, Ziyech is already back in training, but I don't know if he will start on this match or not. But I do think that if Ziyech starts, it will affect Chelsea's attacking much more better. I do think that overall they're still like Chelsea and West Ham are in good form. I think like Chelsea actually got some good attempts from like last two matches with attempts from James, Giroud, Chilwell, and Zuma as well. But I do think that they just hit the post all the time. I don't know why. I think it's just a bit unlucky. But meanwhile, West Ham looking dangerous, especially with Bowen and also who is it? Who was it? Sufal and also Haller from last game week. So I do think that somehow West Ham can win this one. I think. So I will just go with a 2-1 win for West Ham.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe Chelsea can bounce back, but I will just go with the West Ham. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
So I think I really remember last meet between them. I think it was
Mm.
on West Ham. Like West Ham, sorry, Chelsea to score two goal first, and then West Ham come back
Mm.
until the last minute, so it is 3 to win. Yeah, we last two match Chelsea lost against Wolf and Everton. Yeah, anyway,
Mm.
they are really in a bad, just in bad form. I think they are really missing Ziyech, and
Mhm.
also I think my friend who is a Chelsea fan notes that Lampard don't use Werner as a striker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only plays as a winger, right? So that is one fact that we should notice. So yeah, I think if Chelsea wants to win this match, or back in form, they need to bring back Ziyech for the play as a playmaker, or they should just go with 4-4-2 actually. With where at least we have Werner. They have Werner as a striker, not as a winger. Yeah, something like that. But I don't think that will happen in this match. I'll just I think I'll just go with the same FC, just one West Ham win with 1-2 because yeah, I don't know. Don't really feel that Chelsea will win this one. See. Okay.
Yep.
So I think that's all from us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget that it is our new channel is coming up next year. Yeah, we'll share we'll post like usual on YouTube, but also I think we will consider podcasting like maybe Spotify. Yeah, most likely Spotify sih. And then that's all. Thank you guys for watching. Bye, and we'll see you on the next videos. Yeah, bye bye.